Hi mate, how's it going? I've just had to restart the chat live stream, whatever you call it, because I just lost connection somehow. I can't tell if it's in my Wi-Fi or the game crashing. When it does it, it comes up with a Wi-Fi signal, but it also gives me a crash report to submit, so I can't tell which one it is. Anyway, what I wanted to do is build a sort of like a weird bridge over this. I'm not sure if it's going to let me. Curved. It did it then. Swine. Come on. It won't let you like put the circle in there. I enjoyed the build video earlier, Gareth. It was pretty cool. I like them weird robot models you build. I'm glad you got a video out after sort of thinking you wouldn't get one out. Yeah, I can do that. I'm just trying to get this little bridge first. It's just got to be... right. Like that. So people can walk up this ramp and sort of walk around this weird hole in the ground. I was hoping that the bridge would go over it, so people could, like, you know, throw themselves down there. But it hadn't let me do it, so... Yeah, it was cool. A cool little video you got together at least. Now I've just noticed I could join that up. Look at that. Yeah. A guy on a bike. Now let me just save it before we crash again. I wasn't expected to crash again tonight. So you can see that before when it crashed, I was emptying this, and it's gone back to not being emptied. So obviously it crashed, and I hadn't saved it. So I won't do that. I'll leave it because it didn't like it anyway. So I'll wait till this is actually emptied, and then I'll do the next one. You kind of got to do them in turn, because otherwise all the trucks get really confused. I'm just changing the name to this. There you go. I don't see anybody walking over here yet. It's because there's no buildings around it. There's no one to use it. There's no reason. So once we sort of start populating the area more, people might actually start walking on it. Yeah, you got to find a new model to build, or you're just looking for a new video to do. It is difficult to do content. I think I was saying earlier, like now I've got 3 games to sort of play on the channel. It might be a little bit easier for me to be inspired with the content, because Minecraft is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I've really enjoyed doing it. It is endless. You know, you could do that for the rest of your life. It is a real forever world. But after playing it for 4 months solid, I'm finding this to be a nice sort of breath of fresh air for the channel's sake, because I have pumped out a lot of content this week on this, whereas with Minecraft I was struggling to find the time to build stuff in between each episode. I do need to do a new episode soon, so right. So that is that, yeah, that's high density. So that I'd done that before the save, and that's now level 3. So that looks really modern, doesn't it? Burned bean coffee. And the City Skylines 2 promotion poster. So let's try and deselect another square. Yeah, I mean that's like maybe a good reason to stream the games, is you sort of getting to play the game and doing the content at the same time. Now I know some of the guys on the channel might not care for that, but you know, it might be worth. You could do it as a bit, you know, something to do between now and Christmas, and it could bring some people to your channel. Yeah, yeah, right. Even if it's one night a week, it could bring some people to the Cosmic Toys channel that didn't even know there was a shop, and they could get into your content. I mean, I was lucky enough to discover the content from visiting the shop and obviously getting to know you and then following. So I was quite lucky, but you know, if you're playing a game that can attract people, it could expand viewers. I guess that's how it works, isn't it? You've just got to try lots of ideas. So I set up another channel to do this gaming, and then when I published the gaming, it went on the other channel. It didn't do it right. And that's why the channel has got like some past sort of podcast episodes and stuff on it, which I didn't want to be connected to this. Yeah, I think it's like, you know, all of us have just got to try new ideas all the time, and you never know, something might, you know, break through, and you get a lot of followers. That, because I'm just sort of looking into Reddit to try and promote the channel, struggling with people's rules on subreddits and stuff, just getting my head around it, because I find it very frustrating when you put up a post and then, you know, some guy will say, "Oh, we've taken it down because," and I'm like, oh, just, it's the internet, mate. Who gives a shit? You don't own the internet. People are promoting themselves all the time, you know what I mean? whether it's a game or a product or a business or OnlyFans, you know what I mean? It's people are promoting themselves. I'm afraid you're just gonna have to get over it with your shitty little fucking subreddit. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm ranting. Look at all this traffic coming in. Yeah, that's good, yeah. And it, obviously then if you did an 80s and a 90s one, you could really like expand. It's just all about trying new ideas, I think, to keep it not only interesting for the viewers but for yourself. I must admit that the best idea I ever gave you was to have your Christmas party on your own. And then you did it, and you were sat in the stood in the shop eating a mince pie on your own. That was brilliant. Yeah, I can imagine. It's, you know, I mean, I think doing a YouTube channel playing on your own without a community could get a bit boring. You know what I mean? Maybe for this year's Christmas party, we should get Andy and Ed and anybody else who wants to join us, and maybe we should go for a beer somewhere. Oh wow, that happened without me realizing. So I can now add level 6 unique buildings. I'll check them out straight away. I can get a train, monorail, cable cars, high-tech housing. That'd be cool. I might actually explore the monorail, because I do. It's the small city, 9,500 capacity. Yeah, the editing. Yeah, it is quite. I have to be in the mood to edit. And I think when I've made a video, I kind of have to edit it straight away, otherwise I'll lose interest. And I don't want it to be just sat there in the pile waiting. So yeah, editing is. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to slow the game down a little bit while I've just cracked $1 million as well. Look, so that's pretty cool. So I've got 9,500 people, and some of these buildings here are now kind of like pretty big. So what have we got new? I've got some sort of kind of housing that's modern. I think it might be like a district. I'm just checking here. I think it might be like a policy. So I'm gonna shoulda, woulda, coulda. I'm gonna add a row of high density buildings here, and then for Suspiria Park, one of the policies I'm going to use is, let me just find it down here. Oh, maybe it's not. High-tech housing. So how big is Suspiria Park? Yeah, it's just there, look. So, let's do that. There's no buildings in it yet, so I'm going to make them 3. And then in city planning, I'm going to make it high-tech housing. So now let's just maybe I'll sort of experiment with it a little bit. Let's start with a small one, a 4, a 9, and one of them bigger ones. See what it comes up with. And then for the high density, I'll stick one of them big ones in there, look. Quickly save. I'll speed it up so that it starts growing. It's asking for some industry, so I better deal with that. Some farming. Right, we're starting to get a little bit of a building here, look. In the shadow of the massive lump. Elephant's foot. So this here is like low density residential building, but it's meant to be really modern. It looks like a shed. These they're quite nice actually. That's nice. So there's no way then people living here can get to the train station, I've noticed. So I'm going to make this yeah, I don't like those European ones. I think they're a bit, I don't know, just a bit bland. So now people that live here, because on this roundabout there's no like pavement. I nearly said sidewalk then. So these are kind of nice. Let's just build a few more. We'll be getting to like 10,000 people soon. Checking the electricity and the water. Maybe let's bring out all this just so that it's not going to be a problem. So yeah, some nice buildings, very modern. Look, it's emptied, so I can destroy that now. And you can see that the pollution has killed these trees in the middle of the road here. They're meant to look like that, nice and green. And because they're near this like pollution, they kind of like go brown and die, like these. But now I've got rid of that landfill, it might. I'm going to empty this one next. So I'll get rid of them all. Is it asking for like industrial in it? So I'll give it a bit more industrial, dirty industrial. It's my dirty little corner. Dead square. Right, quickly save. And then check. Yep, there's a game about to start. Look how dirty that area is, look. Awful. You know, this incineration plant like kills a lot of trees. There's nothing really you can do about it, to be honest. I mean, you do need a way of getting rid of your rubbish, don't you? Just checking Zombie Island. Some nice buildings. So I'm thinking maybe I'll stick in a park and then police department, fire department. Make 'em smile. Yes, yes, yes. Now let's have a look at elementary school. Give the kids something to do. I need a high school. I'm just sticking them all on the main road. Tough. I don't need a university because I mean, there's one right there. Why is it not like covering these people? And then libraries. I've got 3 libraries. I think I need another one. I mean, libraries don't have a big coverage area. It's so weird. Anyway, I wanted to put a park in, didn't I? How big is this goddamn thing? I'm just looking where to put it. Yeah. Look at that. Right, there was level 6. Some buildings have opened up on level 6. I think these are like actually huge. Yeah, if you you know, that's like What is that? Theatre of Wonders. And then there's Modern Art Museum. It's huge. I don't think so, mate. Look at the size of that thing. What the hell? What the hell is that? It's a Cathedral of Plentitude. Another stadium. Even though you can't really interact with that. And then there's Statue of Colossus. He's so big. I don't even know how to attach it. So yeah, they get a bit silly, I think. Some of the size of these things. Look at that. What is that? Electric car factory. What is that one? Research Centre. That could be cool. I think I just won a football game. Look at that. Research Centre. Yeah, look at that. Beauty. I'll just save. It's quite a nice area down here, some epic buildings. So it's asking for industry, and I can start an area that's like, what would you say, like an office industry area. So let me just have a look at that. If I just maybe create a new area. Yeah, you see, I don't know whether those buildings actually have any effect. If I can explain, this stadium I can interact with. I can change the colour of the team, name it. It has a specific purpose. It generates money when they win, etc. This building here that I've just put in the research centre, it just has 11 visitors a week. It's like a park. It doesn't have any other purpose. You know, it's not like an actual functioning building. It's just like something nice to look at. It does attract people to come and see it, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't add to any research. It's just called a research centre, if that makes sense. So it is a bit disappointing, really, after all that. It's mainly for show. So some of those landmarks, they're not actually interactive. You know, like the department store, you think, oh yeah, it would increase shopping, but it's just like a building. It don't do much. It's just kind of like an aesthetic. Anyway, not to bore the pants off everybody. Now let me just check. Traffic lights are all switched off. Right, for Suspiria Park I want to add another bridge. Like that. So people can walk to visit this place from over here. Loads of people using that bridge to cross over. That's really popular, but this won't get used just yet. Are they coming down here at all? Anybody fancy using my bridge, please? Oh, I think there is. There's an old man with his walking stick. He's been overtaken by some sort of jogger. Who is that? Medium wealth teen. He's going to the biodome. He's a tourist, so he's got a funny hat on. He's gone to the biodome. Nice. We like to follow the peeps. So they are using the bridge. It just takes a while for them to sort of realise it's there. A guy on a bicycle. I got to try and select him. He's moving too fast. No. He's gone to the park anyway. I'm just looking from above, sort of this design area. I'm wondering if that'll build anything. 2 blocks like that. And I'll put 1 there, see what happens. It's asking for more industrial. So what I wanted to do is I don't know what that means. No commercial specialization. I don't know what that means. Well, anyway, we're going to put some office blocks in here just to see what they look like. And I think it goes down as industry does this. It gives people jobs. Right, they've got water. So these should be like skyscrapers eventually. They're like office buildings. That looks a bit bleak, doesn't it? That's like the back of the buildings on the street. Interesting. Top Banking Solutions Inc. and the Financial News. It's like a newspaper, maybe. God knows. Let's see how that looks. So I guess when these buildings upgrade, that's when you'll see them being like Angry Clans mobile games. What? When they upgrade, they'll change. So if we stick a little park in here, maybe put a basketball court. And that might help them upgrade. Something just upgraded. Yeah, that one. Quiet corner shop. It's massive. Just seeing if it was upgrading. Let's have a look. It's going to be quite big, this area now. Trident Accounting, no one likes them. Just having a look. Nice one. How are we doing? Everybody all right in the chat? Everybody's gone quiet. We've cracked 10,000 population. Good, good. So I'm just checking how 60% full, so it's still emptying. What a dirty area. He just upgraded, so I'm just watching him. Sorry, can I regenerate what? Yeah, I could change once these landfills are gone. Unfortunately, there's two incineration plants. I can move them further away so that this will go back to green land. It takes a long time to sort of disappear, but it will do eventually. So yeah, there's 10,000 city. Now I could maybe look at putting a train in here. That's what I was going to do, wasn't it? Like a monorail. I really like monorail. They're really awesome. So maybe I could do monorail station with road. Could take a bit of planning actually, the monorail. I'm just looking where I could install it. I've not planned for it, so it's quite difficult. So I think it would be this one here. Monorail with road. And what I'd do is destroy the road, put the monorail in, like there. In reality, I'd want like four stations to make it worthwhile. Are we going to do it? Are we going to do the monorail? Right, let's pause it. It's asking for... Okay, that's one station. Monorail station. I need four really to justify it. I think we're going to go down this street. Just trying to see where it is. There's that one. It's quite complicated, is this? That's two. Now I need to add another two to make it justified. Where am I going to put it? Um, this could be quite awkward. It should go there. Why is it not letting me? Oh dear. Right, so that's 3. And I'll put the other one over here. Alright mate, I'll speak to you soon. No worries. Have a good day tomorrow. Right, now I have to upgrade. You'll see what this looks like in a minute. It's going all the way around. Down the street. Yes, yes, yes. Right, I'm on a lane. It's similar to lane the subway. You just add the stops. And then we'll go the other way. So there's one each way. 4 stops. People like that. Right, let it run. And there's the monorail. Let me just save it, because that was a bit of work. So when people want to use the monorail, they go into the station here and get on the monorail. There it is. Now, there's not a lot of people using it right now because it's brand new. Very cool. I like the monorail. Quite a few people got on there. It says no passengers because it's got to like go around a few times before it starts sort of adding up the stats. And the traffic can still go below. I love the monorail. 2 trains there, look. Going each way. So we've got a few stats. Starting to come in. I'm not going to build any more houses by it because I think they complain about the noise. They don't like it. But this one here is in a good position. It's to service the football game. So you can get the monorail. 34 people now, look. You can get the subway. You can get a bus. You can drive. You can walk. So lots of different ways of getting in and out of the city and getting around. I love the monorail. I kind of forgot I had the chance to use one of them. You can only drive or walk to Zombie Island. There's no bus connection or anything. It was people walking. An old man there with a walking stick. So maybe I could add a bus stop so people can go over there. It's doing quite well for visitors. So I don't really mind just sort of leaving it as it is for now. Yeah, I like that monorail. Let me just check how many people are using it. Not so many. People have got options now, so you can get the bus. Nice big park. These buildings are awful, aren't they? Yeah, not great. I'm just looking up the street. It does look better when you go down in there like that. So I had these high density buildings added, and they've not really done much. These offices have not turned into like skyscrapers or anything yet. Let's just have a look. Yeah, they've not upgraded yet. I wonder what they need to upgrade. Maybe put a medical centre down somewhere and that might trigger it. That might help them upgrade a bit. Yep, that's upgraded him straight away. So I need a name for Sterling Hills. Right, so this guy here is complaining about noise, and it's from that rail station, the monorail. So what I'm going to do is just destroy his house. So if you complain, you'll get your house knocked down. I won't try and fix the problem, I'll just get rid of you. Like that. He's gone. Problem solved. I'm surprised these people aren't complaining, but I think it's residential down here. Yeah, that's right, it's residential. Sorry, commercial. So that's not too bad. Is there any people over here that might complain? No, that all their houses are gone. I'll have to leave them blank. So you've kind of got to leave them blank. Otherwise they'll moan. This is a game of moaners. Let's just make sure I've connected everything right. Got some sheep, or what are they? Pigs? Yeah, pigs. Weird. I'm going to put a fence around them. Just because it looks weird that they're just standing in a field. Just pigs stood on a hill. Weird. Right, is the stadium filling up? Yep. The game's about to start. Loads of people turning up for the match. They've got loads of cool ways of getting there. Foggy Boulevard. I might change that. It's now Froggy Boulevard. Now let me just have a quick look. I might put in some parking. That's a shame it won't go there. Close. Do it on this side. This might help this place upgrade. I can get it just in between that gap. Look. Nice. Nearly. Just looking for a gap. So that might have helped this area upgrade, maybe. Close. Right, is the game on? Not yet. So what we want is a 6-game winning streak. So you can see there we're like 5-1, and every win we get, that lost game will get pushed off. So if we can get 6 wins in a row, that will be amazing. Has the game started? It has. They just look like ants. Sorry, I'm just... Sorry. Do that again. Look at these people complaining. And you know what happens to people that complain? They get moved out. Where was the other one? There was somebody else at it. Up here, I think. Sorry, I won't stand for it. If you complain, you're a goner. There's plenty of other places you can live. Salem Hills, yeah. Right, I'll do that. That's nice. Somebody's died in the stadium again. Probably died of a heart attack because they're playing so well. So we're just waiting for the... What a time to die, eh? So I'm just going to check if we won. No, we lost. But it don't matter. We got more money than we can spend. Oh look, this person is sick because they're complaining about the noise. I think. Citizens are sick. Right, I'm going to check the water. Because is there any reason why the water would be poisoning people? Why was that person sick? Because I found that if you don't, you can poison everybody. I mean, that's going that way, so that's not a problem. That's not affecting anybody, is it? How empty is this? 13. Still taking ages to do. Just wondering why that person got sick. Right, I'm just wondering if that might speed things up a bit. %full. It's taking a long time to empty, that's for sure. So I think that's where that sick person was, and I just got rid of the house. I think there should be like a gap somewhere where the house was. God knows. I need to upgrade these people. What is this? Crime. I don't know what that is. No. There's enough parks about to put in another one. See if that pushes them over the edge. Right, that's one upgraded, look. These are high density commercial buildings, these. Oh, it says low. I thought they were high. Let's put some high density. Yeah, they're supposed to be high density then. I thought I got it right. Just going to check the monorail. It's not doing too bad. The subway is still very popular. You can have a look down that hall. Pretty cool. Maybe it'll make a good short. If anybody wants to name a street or a house or a shop or anything, you can, even a person, just write in the chat. I've got Lovecraft Avenue here. I don't like Piper Walker Street, so if anybody's got any ideas for street names, I don't know who James Finch is, never met him. So the population sort of has flatlined a little bit because I've not built any more. The next milestone is 16,000, and I'll get a crematorium, which would be pretty cool. So if anybody wants to name a street or a building or anything like that, just give me an idea of what you want to call it, and make it kind of horror based. Like this is Stephen King Street, and there's H.P. Lovecraft Avenue, I think it is. Lovecraft Avenue. So we're looking for horror themed street names. I definitely sorted the problem out with this traffic, didn't I? It was all getting to be a bit of a problem, and now it's alright. With my big lump of rock. It's that bit of, like, high density there, never built. See if that helps. Yeah, I might have to build a new cemetery at some point. Let's have a look at... I've only got 3 cemeteries. Right, I thought there were 2. That's good. There's one here, look at. So I need to have a push on population by about 5,000 people, which is pretty big. Yay, it's emptied. I can empty the last one now. And start getting rid of all the garbage. Landfill sites. All the trucks coming out, emptying the garbage. That's great. Empty that garbage site, and I won't have any landfills left. I've got rid of them all. They've all been incinerated. which is good. Should do it quite quickly, this 95%. This is the prison. It's got 63 prisoners in it. Right, I'm going to maybe have a little push on some residential. Got all them bin trucks, look. This is why it takes a long time, because they've all decided to use the furthest incineration plant away. And now they've got to drive all the way back. Which is all the way down there. Stupid. Right. This is going to be a big residential area. Right, and we're going to make it high density. Let's see if this fills in. We need some like high density buildings. Bit of a problem there with the overlap. It's a bit weird. Just let it all fill in. And have a little bit of a boost on population. Let's have a look at this. So just basically building commercial around the stadium. So it's like a little city of its own. That's a little town built straight away, look. So let's fill in some of these little walkways. Come on. Nice little residential area. We'll give them a park. Something to smile about. So, population's just gone up about 250 just from this little area here. But I'm going to need 5,000 people to move in. So it's going to be pretty wild, the next push. The city's definitely going to expand. So, where do we go from here? I'm thinking of maybe like trying to flatten this land out. So how do we do that? Level terrain. So if I choose an area like that high, it'll flatten out the land look. Like that. It'll make it to that level. Now I don't want to go too low because I don't want the water to flood inland. It's costing me a fair bit of money. It costs you money to do this. I'm not sure. I've not looked at this area if it's fertile or not. I just want it to be a little bit flatter. You see how it's like quite high there. I'm flattening it. So it's going down. I don't really like doing this, to be honest, but just as long as I don't flood the land. So flattening it all. Very slow. I think I can enlarge the tool like that. I don't want to go too low so it floods the land. Ooh. I'm just spending nearly 10 grand on doing this. So there, you look, I've got a flat bit. Now it's flat. Anyway, I don't know why I did that. Just because I could. Let me just see what this tip's doing. 73, still a lot to do. I know why. It's because these two incineration plants close by get overrun, so they all choose to do that one over there, which is a long drive, so it takes a long time. I mean, there's a school right there. Why are they not asked about going there? Weird. She just crossed the road, look. So yeah, I'm going to have a huge push on residential if I'm going to get to the target. Yeah, so, well, this is high-rise residential. When it upgrades, the buildings get taller, so they'll end up like skyscrapers. And just laying the foundations for this new residential area. Yeah, that could work. Ooh, that could be quite nice. Put in a little plaza. No electricity. How dare you? suck on that. This could be like a massive residential area, this. Yeah, they like that, didn't they? So I think another way to help it upgrade is to add like a bus line. So let's just look at a bus line. I'm thinking I could maybe move this one. See, they like that. They like that I've just added a bus line. It might mess with the buses for a minute, but it'll be alright. So that means that graveyard is full, I'm afraid. How are we doing on this? 59%. So just over nearly 10,500 population. Money's doing well. A football game's about to start. No, you can't. I'll just throw loads of dead bodies down there. People seem to like to die in the stadium. You'll see them bringing the coffin out. There, look. And off he goes. So let me just check this residential area. Look, it's quite high-rised. And the bus stop is now installed. So people are happy about that. That's good. Put some more residential in. It's well designed, you know, how it pushes you to keep growing. These people don't like the noise. So we're going to move them out. I don't know why they're complaining. I know why it is. It's because that station there, but it's like, dude, stop moaning. So what I'll do is I'll get rid of them, and then maybe I'll just put in a park to replace them. I'll have to get rid of that pathway. but it's tough teat. Don't know why I don't like that. So then people moved out and they got turned into a park. Got the right moaning mids, aren't they? It's like, dude, you're gonna moan, you're gonna get moved out. That's it. I don't care. You can move over here, can't you? There's loads of housing. If you don't like the noise. Little wimps. Wimps, I tell you. So how are we doing with emptying this? 46. I think I'm just going to bite the bullet and move that one. It's going to cost me 6,000 to move it. But I don't care. I want it out of there. So this street will be all reclaimed. Eventually, that horrible blob will disappear. Oh, there's some sort of electricity problem, and I know what it is. I'm probably lacking in electricity. It's alright. Water's fine. Crazy music. So there's no problems with the city. Everything's going well. $41. I'll soon be able to get rid of that. So I guess when that is emptied, I'll end the stream for tonight. When this landfill's done. And I think that because we had a bit of a live stream before and the stream ended. So I've got 2 episodes out of 1. I don't know whether I'll be able to edit them together. It might not let me. I don't really know about that, to be honest. Let's put one density building in there, see what happens. So these high-rises haven't really got that big yet, so these hotels. It's pretty cool around the stadium. Did we win? Yeah, we won. I didn't even notice. You kind of tell because the money's gone up. Just looking at that farming area there. Let's just stick in a bit more farming. Got to keep the people employed. Metro, train, monorail. Cool. So the city's getting bigger. That's the city so far. Just approaching 11,000 population. Now, I could make all these houses here into high density. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oops. Right, I'm just gonna kick them all out like that, and then I'm gonna make them high density instead. Sorry families, I know it was a bit harsh of me. You can all move back in if you want. So the population will drop a little bit and then it'll go up because these buildings are bigger. It's high density. So I'm basically replacing these houses with these bigger ones. So you're kind of using the same real estate area but more capacity people. I did it in quite a drastic way, that just did it in one block. But it'll sort itself out. I'm just waiting for this last block to move out in this very odd house. There you go. Right, just replace them houses with that. Like blocks of flats. See, it's pretty, it's getting pretty intense. Look, they're all small buildings and they're massive now. So yeah. Right, we're getting close now to ending the stream for tonight. I said I'd wait until that was going to be empty, but it's pretty slow. It's on 28%. So maybe I can just wait until it's done, I don't know. 27. Don't know why they're stuck there. Because they're all going over here, and they shouldn't really. Look how it kills all the trees. So this land now is repairing itself. Look, that big horrible dark blob has sort of gone green again. So as people enter the city, they're not seeing a huge load of pollution. Quite a lot of traffic coming in, look. It's called Darkened Pass, this. Those are tourists. More people complaining, look. Sorry, but I won't stand for it. You just have to move out. Goodbye. You can move over here, it's nice and peaceful. So, they're complaining about the noise from the metro station. You see, the metro station is built in like a built-up area, and if I look at the graphic, you see what I mean? The noise is quite bad around them. But it's like, dude, you're in a game, shut up. I mean, maybe I should put like a commercial around them. I'm just trying to fill out this industry a bit. Because it's asking for a bit of industry. So we've cracked 11,000. So how's this doing? 18%. Getting close. I just noticed someone died on Zombie Island. Freaky weirdos. see what an eye density 1 square builds. Sally's Souvenirs. A 5-star hotel. I'll make that historic so it can't change. Pretty cool little island. Still doing well for tourists. See, people have stopped complaining now because I've just moved them out. If I'd have just kept rebuilding it, they would have still keep moaning, so it's best just to not bother with them. So this is going to be the next huge residential block. Just getting it ready. I'm just having a look at the sort of bridge situation, because these roads are quite long. I could maybe break them up. Like that. Just so people can cross over. We've already got a Kathleen something. Kathleen Road or whatever it was. Elizabeth Street. Kathleen Avenue. Popular name, eh? Kathleen. I just stick in one high density residential building there. See what happens. I'm wondering if that area needs a bus line. I mean, there is a bus line there. Wondering why that's not connected. It doesn't matter. Right, how are we doing for emptying this? 8% left. 8% of the tip. Once that landfill's empty, we'll destroy it, and this area will be slightly cleaner. I mean, there's 2 incineration plants there, so it's never going to be that clean. I don't really want so much dirty industry. Yeah, kinda. I think if I watch it empty with the trucks, it'll take ages. See, we're down to 7% now. Load of trucks arriving, so it should go down to 6. 6 there. Loads of trucks. They're very busy. Let me just check the football stadium. Quick save. Look, people complaining. Goodbye. Don't come back. This is pretty mad, this now, look. Pretty crazy part of town. So when I get people complaining about noise like that, because it's so close to the metro line, so they complain about noise, and if there's any pollution, they'll start getting poisoned and they'll start dying. So it's not really complaining. What else do they complain about? Not much. They don't like being close to the garbage place, so I don't build any residential near them. Down to 4%. It's cool, you can see the smoke coming out of there. Don't know what a cop car's doing down here. Come on. Just got to keep checking the city, make sure there's no one complaining. People are complaining about the bins, look. Garbage is piled up, it says. But there will be a garbage truck soon. They just like to moan. Here he is. See? Problem solved. Right, it's done it. So it's got, you can see it says 14 trucks in use. And I like to wait until they've all come back to the depot so it says 0, and then I'll destroy it. Because otherwise I don't know what happens to the trucks. They're just driving around the city aimlessly. We know where to go. So to make sure they don't do that, I'll just wait till they all return home. A lot of them are over here. You see them? They're just emptying the final run. And then they'll return to there and I'll destroy it. Look how dense this is now, look. That's pretty mad. It's like down a hole. They're all returning now. That's 9. There's a load of them here, look. Eight, 7, 6. A load more. So there's only 4 left to come back. A couple here. 3, 2, 1. Any last ones? There he is. Job done. got rid of all the landfills. Which is a pretty big achievement, because you need 5,000 population to be able to get incineration plants. So you can't empty them until you get them. Look how dirty that is. Nasty. I can build the motorway with a sound barrier. So if I go to upgrade, it's more like so they can't actually see that mess. There's now got a wall. I'm trying to hide my residents from the truth about how dirty they are. Right, we just won another game. And all the people are coming out. Oh no, they're not, no, they haven't played, they're going into the, no, sorry, I got it wrong. They haven't won yet, the game's not started, they're all arriving. So I'm wondering if you're going to get a lot of people coming from here. Seems quite busy. Come down here, and then they cross over the road. And they go down the subway. Okay, very weird. Right guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to call it a night. I don't know how long the stream is, but we've managed to achieve a pretty big milestone in getting rid of all the landfill sites, and we made this roundabout better and expanded a fair amount of residential. There's 1,500 people living here. Pretty mad. So it's 11,500 population. At 2 hours, that's good. Right, thank you, and good night.